Welcome back into MIAA Basketball Saturday. I'm Harry Loomis.
And I'm Calvin Silvers. The recipient for Women's MIAA Athlete of the Week is Missouri Southern's Lacy Stokes. Stokes led the Lions to home wins over Rogers State 73-56 and Northeastern State 55-47, while averaging 16.5 points, 8.5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals a game. Against the Hillcats, Stokes finished with a double-double of 13 points and 10 assists and had 6 rebounds. It was the first time since the 2014-15 season a Lion had 10 or more assists in a game, and the first points-assist double-double by a freshman. Against the Riverhawks, she finished with 20 points, 7 assists, along with 4 rebounds and 3 steals. During the week, Stokes became the 17th member of the 100 or more assists and 50 or more steals in a season at Southern, just the third freshman to ever accomplish the feat as a Lion. This is the freshman's second MIAA Athlete of the Week honor of the season. I was able to talk to Lacy Stokes about her recent performances.
I'm here with Lacy Stokes from Missouri Southern. Lacy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And you were named MIAA Women's Basketball Athlete of the Week for Week 11, which is the second time that you received this honor this year. Talk about the feeling of being named Athlete of the Week and what it means to have your performance recognized by the entire conference.
It feels pretty great. I didn't really know going in that this was an award that was even possible to get. And so the first time I got it, I was like, wow, it's something, I feel like not a lot of freshmen get to, feel or even experience. And so for me to be one of those that does, it's unbelievable. And then to go back and do it again, I couldn't be more thankful or blessed with, just that accomplishment.
Yeah, and you mentioned just a freshman, and the fact that you won it twice is really impressive. Just being a freshman, sometimes it could take a while to get comfortable, and some players take a year or two to really start getting their stride. But you seem to have found it pretty early in your career. What has made a young athlete like yourself confident to go out there and put up the numbers you're doing and able to make an impact early in your career?
Coming in, the girls, they gave me a lot of confidence and, showed me that they believed in me. And then that pushed me to believe in myself. And then, when I was given the opportunity that I was given to start, I just went out there with everything that I knew when it come to being in positions like that and really tried to produce the best that I could. And what I gave, I couldn't be more thankful to have done.
Now, I'm going to say, it seems like you have a great support system there from your team, and the team seems to be doing good, 7 straight, and we'll actually ask that right now. You guys are winners of 7 straight contests, the longest streak under head coach Ronnie Russell. What have you seen from your team during that stretch of 7 games?
A lot of girls have stepped up. Our bench players have been coming in and putting up huge minutes. Girls like Haley Grant, Cameron Call, they come in, and Haley's been grabbing, almost 10 boards a game, which is something huge in this league, is getting rebounds. And then Cameron, with her scoring ability, it opens up that court for me. So it's really nice to have both of them coming in.
Yeah, it's great to have people like that that you can trust, not only to be in the game, but coming off the bench or whatever the situation may be. And like you said, rebounding, not only important in the game of basketball, but super important in this league. So it's nice to see that you guys are connecting in different areas. Against Rogers State on January 26th, you had a double-double with 13 points, 10 assists. This was the first points assist double-double by a freshman for Missouri Southern since the 1988-89 season. That's true. I looked it up, did my research. So what does it mean to you to become the first freshman to achieve that double-double and with points and assist for the first time in 34 years?
It's pretty amazing. I take pride in my assist stat, and to have the teammates that I do, Maddie, Amaya, all of those are great scorers, and I wouldn't get that stat if they weren't knocking down the shots, whenever I do pass it to them. So a lot of that, I've got to give credit to them for their scoring abilities.
Yeah, huge scores there. And next question I have for you is actually kind of just talking about your teammates and their ability to score. Just a quick glance at the roster might leave someone to think that you have a sibling or relative player on the team with you, with the connections. And while I have you on here, can we just set the record straight? Are you and Maddie Stokes related, or just the same name scenario that people might just assume?
That is the $1 million question that we have both heard everywhere. And the truth is, we are not related.
Not related.
No way.
All right. There you go, MIAA fans. You have it. Not related. It was $1 million question, like you said. And, as as a reporter, I just had to ask. So, but that's cool there. And last question I have for you today, Lacey. Next up is Central Missouri. So on Saturday, after a schedule change, postponed with Lincoln, you'll come into the game with a potential to make it 8 straight wins. What will be the focus in this game for you?
Right now we've been taking a lot of pride in our defense, and I think that's something we're going to have to focus in. They've got scorers like Nyjah. She's a great player, and Brooke, who put up 30 the other night. We're just going to have to really lock down defensively, I think, and then we know what we can do offensively, and as long as we execute that, I think it'll look good for us.
Well, I'm wishing you guys the best of luck. Lacey, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
The men's MIAA Athlete of the Week is Trevor Hudgins of Northwest Missouri. Hudgins had himself a historic week. On Thursday, he helped to orchestrate a 58-8 Bearcat run to come back against Lincoln. Then on Sunday, he scored his 2,460th career point to surpass Justin Pitts as the Bearcats' all-time leading scorer. And in typical Hudgins fashion, all of his field goals on Saturday were beyond the arc. I sat down with Trevor ahead of a matchup at Missouri Western. I'm joined once again by Northwest Missouri senior Trevor Hudgins. Trevor, thanks again for joining me. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. So we're talking again because you won MIAA Athlete of the Week. And it started out with that game against Lincoln. You started out slow, got on that 58-8 run where you were kind of the main catalyst. That second half was just amazing. Shooting, I think as a team, something like 88% from the field. What's that vibe like from the team when everyone's hitting shots like that?
Like you said, we were horrendous the first half. So we talked to each other at halftime, and we came out just playing the game that we know how to play, just playing with each other and playing for each other, and just hitting open shots. That's basically what it came down to. We just figured it out, slowed the game down, and we just hit open shots when we got open.
And then on Saturday, obviously the big story, you became the all-time leading scorer in Northwest Missouri history. You beat Justin Pitt's record with your 19th point. Was that something that you knew coming into the game you were within reach of? And did you even realize it when you scored that 19th point to eclipse the record?
I did know that I was getting close. Didn't know how many points I was away from it during the game, but they took me out right at 19. So, it's pretty cool to realize that I beat his record. But I was just focused on the win. But yeah, I gave him a little nudge at the end of the game too.
Right, you got it. So Saturday's big rivalry game, you come down to Missouri Western Saturday night game. How excited, that's a pretty marquee matchup. How excited, fired up do you and your team get for a game like that?
Yeah, it's very exciting. I feel like they're gonna have a packed house. I feel like they always do when we go to their home court. It's always really fun because some of our fans even come up there. The students come up there, and typically we know some of the players on both sides, and it's just fun atmosphere, fun game. We get pretty excited for it.
Right, and coming into that game, you have 8 regular season games left. How confident are you? How confident is your team that you guys can maybe go ahead and go on another deep run, maybe even go back to back?
We're just going to keep on working. We're not there yet. That's about a month away or so, just day by day stuff, just getting better at practice, working on what we need to work on for the next game ahead. Just focusing on that one game mentality, just getting better each and every day.
Right. Well, it's been working out for you guys so far. You guys are having another stellar season. We'll be watching you the rest of the way. So thanks for your time, Trevor. Best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
The weekend slate of MIAA Basketball will feature all 14 teams playing doubleheaders today on both the men and women's side. Remember, all MIAA contests are subject to change. Please visit the MIAA.com or your team's athletic website for the most up-to-date schedule information.
It's the best offense up against the best defense. What more can you ask for? Being that they're the best offense, it shouldn't be a surprise that Central Oklahoma does not give up the ball. They have the best assist-to-turnover ratio in the MIAA, getting everyone involved in the offense. Fort Hays may look to shut down Isaiah Wade, the Broncos' top scorer, but that leaves more opportunities for Cameron Gibbons and Jaden Wells, both of whom are averaging over 14 a game and shooting better than 40% from three. This is a deep, efficient offense, and those are hard to stop. In their previous matchup, Fort Hays held UCO to below their average points per game. What cost them was having a dismal shooting night as a team, going 21 for 60 and losing by 17. This leads me to my player to watch, Caleb Hammocky. While the Tigers had a collectively bad night back in December, Hammocky had himself a career day, going 8 of 12 from deep for 30 of the team's 60 points. The redshirt freshman has become an integral part of the team, scoring over 20 points per game in 3 of the last 4 Tiger games, all of which were wins. If he keeps his hot hand, and guys like Jared Vitzum and Nige Wright continue their solid play, the Tigers could be ranked by next week.
Missouri Southern versus Central Missouri. The last time these two teams met was back in December, where Central Missouri won 68-64. Central Missouri comes in with an impressive 8-2 record at home and won 7 of 9 games in the month of January. For the Jennies, redshirt freshman Brooke Luttrell is on a rampage this season. Last month, she was the leading scorer for her team in 6 of their 9 games, averaging close to 20 points per game. Stopping Luttrell is no easy task and will be the focus if the Lions want to get revenge. When looking at Missouri Southern, the Stokes are no joke. Sophomore Maddie Stokes and freshman Lacy Stokes, no relation, are finding their strides. Being the tallest on the team at 6 foot 3 inches, Maddie is a force down low. She has the most blocks per game total in MSSU history. Last season, Maddie led the MIAA in blocks per game and rebounds per game. Lacey is a dual threat athlete. For the season, Lacey is leading the MIAA in assists with 112 and assists per game with 6. Lacey is also second in the MIAA and Division II in assist turnover ratio. Lacey ranks in the top 10 in the MIAA in field goals made with 105, field goal percentage, and points per game with 16.9. Speaking of rankings, we turn to the WBCA Top 25 poll where 3 MIAA teams hold a spot. Fort Hays State moves up 1 spot from 7 last week to settle in the 6th spot. Missouri Western moves up 3 spots to 22, looking to make their way down the list as the season continues. After losing to Fort Hays State last Saturday, Nebraska Kearney fell 5 spots to the 22nd spot, being tied with Missouri Western.
A quick look at the NABC ranking shows 2 MIAA teams. Northwest moves up a spot to number 4, while Central Oklahoma drops to number 16. Shout out to Fort Hays as they also received votes.
As a reminder, the nation's best small college basketball championship tournament returns to Municipal Auditorium this March 2nd through the 6th. Make your plans to come to Kansas City and cheer on your favorite MIAA team.
And be sure to follow us across our social media platforms and catch all the MIAA action on the MIAA Network. I'm Calvin Silvers.
And I'm Harry Loomis. We'll see you next week.